Morning folks. So today I just want to make deep analysis of Nasdaq. I see a lot of people are going into Nasdaq. They are really into Nasdaq. So today I've decided that since we are going into the new year 2021, we want to make sure that everybody understands what they are going into. Even if you are maybe an older trader but you don't know yet how to understand Nasdaq, I'm here to make you understand how to analyze Nasdaq. So I will basically start with the mistakes a lot of people are making or are focusing on, which you should really avoid. People think Nasdaq is all fundamentals. They think Nasdaq is affected by whatever Trump is saying or doing. They think the fundamentals, the news, drives Nasdaq. That is completely insane. That is madness. Completely madness. If that was the case, we wouldn't be making a lot of money from this thing. We wouldn't be winning, because now we all know that Nasdaq, or rather news, are very difficult. In fact, what these guys are trying to say when they say Nasdaq is affected by news, they are trying to say that there are no market makers on Nasdaq, and which is completely insane. There are market makers here. Now I want you to understand, guys, that is a mistake. Don't do that. Nasdaq is not affected by news all the time. No, some of the instances, yes, we have Nasdaq fundamentals and Nasdaq news, but not all the time. This is not news. What you see here, this is not news. This is a structure of the market makers. There are a lot of things that I can show you here which you don't see. You understand? So that is one misconception, and get rid of it. Mistake number 2 is that people analyze Nasdaq using 1 minute. Let's just go to 1 minute. Let's go to 1 minute. Let's open 1 minute. When I show you something, you can't analyze using 1 minute. So I'm opening 1 minute now. In fact, you can, but you cannot use 1 minute as if it's a general direction. You can't do that. You see this thing. How do you understand this if you don't understand the general direction, the general trend? You need to understand the nature of where it's going for you to understand the nature of 1 minute. So use a bigger time frame first, then use a smaller time frame to take the entries. Did you get that? Use bigger time frame to get the general direction to analyze, then use smaller time frames to take the entries. That's it. Now we're going into mistake number 3. Mistake number 3 is assuming that you will always win in Nasdaq. You can't assume that. How do you see if people are assuming they will always win? They are not using stop losses on Nasdaq. They are saying that, yeah, stop losses are useless on Nasdaq. That is a joke. That is a joke. You can't assume that you will always win and you can't use a stop loss. Nasdaq will chow you. You see this small move here, the small move that you see here, this one. It would have blown your account if it was in your opposite direction. It would have blown your account. So you need to have stop loss to protect the account. So yeah, that's mistake number 3. Those are the best top mistakes that I see people making. Now let's head straight into how to analyze. First thing first, like I said, use a bigger time frame to get the general direction. So I use 4 hour time frame. I suggest you guys will also use 4 hour time frame. Now, how do you get the general direction? I prefer that you zoom out so that you see this thing. Yeah, you see, this is what I want to see. Now let's analyze. Of course, we'll use trend lines. So I'll connect my smaller point there with maybe this. No, let me just use this one. Now I want to put in a mark that will show me resistance and support. Now this was my resistance, this was my resistance, but now they broke here, it became my support, but they still broke it. Now it became my support. You see, now they are playing above my support, above there, they are playing above my support. Now this support here, it's a strong point and it's a recent point. It's a strong point, meaning they will always respect it. Now I will go down using my time frame. I will go down. You see, now I see another rejection there and there. So I've got a resistance now. I've got a resistance now. Let me go and mark my resistance there. Let me change the color of my resistance into maybe red to show that resistance means sell. Resistance means sell. So I'll use red. Support means buy, so I'll use blue. Resistance means sell. Yeah, it's a seeding. This one is a seeding, this one is a flow. Seeding and a flow. Now you see here they got a rejection, another rejection. So I will zoom in using my 15-minute to go and see the rejection pretty much closer. There is a rejection, there is a rejection, and now I go to what I know. Now they are sitting here because now it's a bigger time frame confirming a what, confirming a sell. Now before I go into that, even I will just put a trend line here to mark my recent point. I just want to mark my recent points because I can see there is a smaller uptrend there. It's fine. I'm going to my smaller time frames, which I usually use 5 minutes. So in my smaller time frame, you can see that okay, they are bouncing above my trend line, they're bouncing, but then they've reached this rejection point. What I'm expecting here, I'm expecting them to come down, retest it for the last time, going back to retest this part here, then they will come down here to break, and then they must retest that break again, because now remember here would have developed what, a break. There is a break that has happened here. Now they must come back to test the break and then shoot down, coming to this what, to this support here. But then after this support we can expect that they can rise up. It's fine, they can rise up, it's fine. But now we're focusing on this part. So some of you, I know that you could have sold here, maybe let's open 1 minute. Some of you may be sold here, but you must understand it's a small time frame and it's a small, or rather a short sell. It's a short sell. You must quickly get out here. Then after, maybe they might reach this point or they might not, but they will certainly come here to retest this boundary here, this ceiling. They will come here to retest the ceiling. Okay, so if you understand that this ceiling is strong and this floor here is strong, you will know that they will play inside the two lines. They will play inside the two lines. So you've got your ceiling, you've got your floor, and you know that here, when they get here, you are expecting to buy. Like you see here, they rejected here and they bought. They came here and they sold. So that's the nature of what you need to understand about Nasdaq. Let's recap. Firstly, 4 hour time frame. Put in your general trends and uptrend. We know that the Nasdaq is always an uptrend. But now, when they sell, do not be ignorant. You must know that now they are selling. You need to know that when they sell, they sell. But then generally, they will come back, pulling back up. They will always fight going back up. So that's about it. And if there is more, of course I will post. I will always post. But to know that I've posted, you need to subscribe. Click that subscribe button and make sure that you are always on alert on every upload that I make. If you are not subscribed, of course you will miss on my next uploads. I always upload these things, to always keep you guys updated with the information of Nasdaq. So make sure that you are subscribed, click that bell button next to the subscribe button so that you get the notification every time I upload a new video. Guys, take care and be safe.